Our session today, though, is our Law Clerk and Office Administration General / Executive Health Services session with our lovely faculty that are here with us today. We have our Law Clerk Co-op Program Coordinator, Nancy Valentino, and our Office Administration Program Coordinator, Cindy Agnoletto. You can see here they've also provided you their email addresses. We will have this information up later as well. If you do have program-specific questions you come up with after the fact, you are also welcome to reach out to them. They are wonderful resources and they are absolutely here to help you along your journey. But please make sure that they are program specific. If they are generalized questions, you can always send those to me or connect with us online in our general chat. We are always all here to help you. It's a thriving community. We are going to make sure you achieve those dreams. Oh, right button. There we go. So we're going to start with our Law Clerk Co-op. I'm going to pass the reins.
Good afternoon. As Jessica mentioned, I'm Nancy Valentino and I'm the coordinator of the Law Clerk program. And I'd like to welcome you to the Law Clerk program session today. If you are a critical thinker with a passion for justice and you would like to play a key role on an integrated legal team, then the Law Clerk Co-op program is something you should consider. As a graduate, you will be able to assist lawyers and other legal professionals in all aspects of case management, statutory research, and document preparation. Today, I'm going to highlight a little bit about our program, but as Jessica mentioned, if you have any further questions that I didn't touch upon, please put your questions in the chat or email me after this session. To be admitted into the Law Clerk program, you will require an Ontario secondary school diploma or equivalent. Also, satisfactory completion of a grade 12C or U English course. Listed are some of the recommended courses that we've suggested, such as Canadian Politics and Citizenship, Challenge and Change in Society, Math, and Understanding Canadian Legal Law. Now, I don't want to scare anyone off with the recommendation of Math, but as a program outcome, numeracy is one of our outcomes. And as a law clerk, you'll need basic math skills in order to calculate court or estate fees, monies owing on a real estate deal, or perhaps a debt collection file. But again, those are just basic math skills. We don't have a math course actually in the program. As for the technology you will require as a student in this program, Niagara College is currently using Microsoft Windows 10 as their operating system, and we use or teach the Microsoft Office Suite programs in addition to Adobe Acrobat Reader. So if you're looking to buy a new computer for this program, we highly recommend that you buy a PC and not a Mac, because we're finding that students are having more of a problem with these programs on a Mac. But I'm not suggesting that if you have a Mac that you have to go out and get a new computer. There is a workaround, but I just wanted to let those who are looking for a new system that perhaps a PC is something you should be looking at. In addition, the academic software for our courses are all available for download or remote use for free. In our classes, we do permit laptops. So again, if you're looking for a new computer, you might want to purchase a laptop versus a desktop. But having said that, the college does have open access labs where you can go and use a computer in between classes. The Law Clerk program specifically has a workroom where we have 5 computers for use in between classes. But I find that students find that it's perhaps better to have a laptop if you're buying a new computer than perhaps a desktop. So some of the program highlights. We are one of the few law clerk programs in Ontario where co-op is a mandatory graduation requirement. Our co-op term requires a minimum of 450 hours of co-op experience. And don't forget, co-op is a paid work term. And this is the term I feel that the students find the most beneficial. What they've learned in the classroom, they can now apply in a real office experience. Our students benefit from the latest legal technology. Our program conducts a survey with the local law firms every few years to ensure that we are teaching the latest up-to-date technology. In addition, our graduates can apply for membership to the Institute of Law Clerks, and upon graduation can pursue further studies in alternative dispute resolution or paralegal studies. So the Law Clerk program at Niagara College is a co-op program. It's a 2-year diploma program that's offered on a full-time basis. Please note that we only have one annual intake, and that is in the fall, each September. The students go through 2 years of the program, with the second September being the co-op term. Upon graduation, students are prepared to work in a variety of legal environments. I set out some of the courses that you'll be taking in the program, and as you can see, we offer most of the core legal courses, such as credit law, real estate law, wills and estates, family law, litigation, criminal law, corporate law, landlord-tenant, and legislative tribunals, among others. You will also be learning legal research and ethics and professional responsibility, together with computer applications and both writing and communication courses. The Ministry of Colleges, Training, and Universities sets program standards and outcomes for all programs. For the Law Clerk program, our outcomes include learning legal technology and professional communication strategies, the use of both electronic and print resources to assist in legal research, file management, and document production. Our students learn to summarize and present legal issues, learning both substantive and procedural law. Substantive law is the rights and duties that each person has in society, whereas procedural law deals with the rules on how to get a matter through the court system. We also teach our students to conduct themselves professionally in accordance to the guidelines of the Law Society of Ontario, and to act equitably and justly with diverse populations. By the time our students graduate, they can carry out clerical and administrative duties to provide legal support for legal professionals in courts and administrative tribunals. And these are the program outcomes set by the ministry. I'd like to discuss some of the careers that the Law Clerk diploma can lead to. Most of our students take law clerk positions in law offices, where they assist lawyers in all aspects of their legal practice. Others work in in-house legal departments, and these corporations include financial institutions, credit bureaus, real estate offices, even police departments. You'll find our students at court offices, either at the counter assisting the public or processing legal court documents. At the regional or municipal government level, our students work in legal departments or their land use and planning departments, building and bylaw departments. We've had students also employed at title insurance companies. And title insurance companies essentially provide lenders and buyers protection from title defects. So these companies insure against any errors in title in a real estate transaction. We've also had students work at title searching and conveyancing companies. These companies complete the searches of title required in the purchase of a property or the financing of a property, and they also assist in the completion of the real estate transaction on closing day. Now, these are just some of the jobs or careers that our students have pursued after graduation. But of course, our diploma can lead to a multiple number of jobs in different administrative fields as well. I'd like to share with you some testimonials from some of our graduates. The top one is from Miranda Belansky. And Miranda graduated from our program and went on to become a lawyer. She stated that the Law Clerk program changed her life. that she would not have been as successful in her legal pursuits without the amazing in-class instruction and practical co-op experience. She found the courses challenging but applicable to the legal field, and she highly recommends this program to anyone who's interested in a career in a variety of legal areas. At the bottom, you can see a testimonial from Belinda Johnstone, who was employed by the Canadian Border Service Agency in Land Enforcement. And she said that the co-op diploma can take you in many different avenues and is always an asset. The attention to detail that you must have in the course can be carried on to many different fields and is loved by employers. We have multiple student testimonials, all appreciating the learning that they experienced in this program that led them to a successful career in different legal areas. I'd just like to share with you a few photos setting out the student experience. And I want you to understand that learning includes experiences not only in the classroom, but also outside the classroom. Our students attend law court proceedings to supplement their litigation courses. And on the right, you can see students looking at real estate title documents. We also bring our students to the registry office, which is the government office where all real estate documentation is deposited. The courts that the students visit can be local, and at the bottom you can see is a picture of the Toronto courthouse. And each year we've taken our students to Toronto for a day where we experience court sessions as part of our visit. I have other photos from the Toronto trip. On the left, you'll see students on the staircase in the library at Osgoode Hall in Toronto. And we have students at the in front of the Parliament. And the Parliament tour is very important, and it allows our students to get access to the Legislative Assembly where our provincial laws are made. So this is another highlight of our Toronto trip. Annually, we have a wine and cheese social where we invite members of the local bar associations and other legal organizations. And this is a great networking experience for our students so they can start networking with the hopes of getting either a co-op or a graduate employment. This social is held on campus. You'll see at the top right is a photo of our Niagara College Wine and Visitor Education Center. And it is a well-attended event, and our students find it very enjoyable and very beneficial because they're able to make connections. We get our students to prepare or create business cards so that they can hand them out in the event and do follow up with those persons that they meet. One of the happiest days for our students and for us as faculty is seeing our students graduate. It is a challenging program, which makes completion all the more satisfying. Because we are a cohort program, and a cohort program is one where the students take all their classes together. So during the 2 years in this program, our students become very close and often make lifetime friends. So you can see other photos of social events. We have, graduation parties. At the top right, we've, as a class, have volunteered to do charitable volunteer work. This is a photo of the class at the at a bowl for big brothers and big sisters. So we always welcome different ideas by students that we as a class or as a program can participate together. I am very pleased today to introduce to you Maria Alvera Sosa. Maria is currently in her co-op term, so she is a second-year student, and she will be returning in the winter term for her last academic term. So I felt that Maria could give you a student perspective on her experiences in the program. So if we can maybe turn it over to Maria, please.
Thank you so much, Ms. Valentino. And hi, everyone. I can just tell you that this course is amazing. I am very happy to have taken this program. The staff at Niagara College is very friendly and terrific. All of them, like once I started to commit into the program and involve into enrolling, which steps do I need to get in, which requirements I could like I needed to complete the program, and would take me to a better view of the intake of the classes. They all been really helpful. The professors, I can only tell, they are extremely helpful. Reach out to them. If you have questions at any time, at any moment, they will get back to you. Like, I cannot stress how important is, like, if you have a question, you must ask. And sometimes I feel as a new student, a returning student, and mature student, it's difficult because we feel like you don't want to feel embarrassed, or you're shy, you don't know how to approach to the professors, but do it. I'm happy to tell how friendly and amazing they are. I was one of the students that were always asking questions to feel like I could get that understanding for the classes and how did the procedures work, how was in real life, like scenarios. Sometimes they explain you something and you got this question like, well, what would it happen if something is this way? So just feel confident of asking all the questions that you need. I mean, there will become your tools in the real life experience, because the scenarios are many different scenarios that you can approach into real life. Now that I'm working in the law office setting, it's not always as you learn, but the professors get you ready to like know how to resolve and solve these problems on an everyday basis. So I can only stress you, ask questions, don't feel shy. All the staff at Niagara College is amazing. If you need some kind of support, tutoring, the tools are there, the personnel is there. Just feel free to reach out to them.
I just wanted to add that Maria has only taken the course online because of the pandemic. So, I mean, except for the camera, I've never actually met Maria, but I can tell you that Maria has come a long way. She, in terms of her confidence, when she entered the program, she wasn't confident. Well, wasn't as confident in any way. So I've seen the growth in Maria. And yes, Maria definitely did take advantage of, you know, asking the questions, participating in class, whether she was right or wrong. She learned to understand that obviously we're in a working learning environment. So it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to ask questions. And even in terms of her co-op experience, Maria has done fantastic. Maria, do you want to maybe elaborate a little bit about how the program prepared you for your co-op? I know you've mentioned that the real life experiences that you've learned in class are obviously those that you've encountered in the workplace, but do you want to say a little bit more, or any advice you would give to the incoming students in terms of preparing for the class, or what they should do while as a student in the program?
Right. Well, just like Nancy Valentino just said, it's okay to make mistakes at class, and you will encounter that sometimes when you are in the setting and doing your co-op. Well, it feels very intimidating at first because you're just learning how everything works. And that's when you realize that all those questions that you made at class, or all those mistakes that you made and they tell you you have to correct it this way, is when you see it that it had worked, it has given results. Because at the last setting, you cannot afford to make those kind of mistakes, right? And you will run into them, and it will feel intimidating, overwhelming, but I mean, just try to put a lot of effort and attention to detail. Attention to detail is very, very important in this program. As an online student, I can only say that, and I imagine in person it will be the same. You have to try to like commit yourself to a time management plan, because it will feel overwhelming at first. There is a lot of reading. It is a very demanding course. I don't want to scare you or anything, but there is lots to really involve, and it's a compressed program. So find or try an approach to everybody that it will work for you to manage your time, to be on top of all the readings and all the assignments, because it will feel like a lot. And for myself, my personal experience at the beginning of the program, I was failing. I was feeling like I cannot get on. I'm missing readings. I have to do this, or I have the assignment on top of that. Just try different approaches until you find what it works best for you, because like I say, it is very demanding. You have to put a lot of attention to details, to all those details that if they tell you, you gotta put attention on the names, on the rules, on the acts. Try to find that way that works for you, that where you can maybe make a list, take notes, ask questions over and over. I say over my personal experience, I was one of the most active students at class, asking questions every single time. And it has given me that rewarding experience at work, where I feel confident that I know what I'm doing. And sometimes I get asked to do something that I wasn't sure how to solve it, but you have to have that critical thinking, that attention to detail, that at least knowledge that the program has given to you, like where to find the answer. That is extremely important for you to get ahead into those readings and into stay on top of those assignments, because that will give you those tools that you need at the law office, at the courthouse. And sometimes, like I say, sometimes it's not as easy as you read it on the book or as the teacher explains you. Sometimes they come things, scenarios where you're like, oh, they didn't teach me this at school. How am I supposed to figure this out? Well, they don't teach you exactly that, but they teach you where to find the answer. And that is something that I am very happy with the program, because I don't feel like I'm lost. Never. I know where to find the answers.
Thank you, Maria.
You're very welcome.
And lastly, I'd like to just explain to you the different avenues you have upon graduation. I would probably venture to guess that most of our students choose to enter the workforce, but others do decide to continue their education either at another college program, university program. And I want you to know that we do have articulation agreements with other institutions where our students can take degree programs and get transfer credits. Now, I don't see it on my screen, but I think at the bottom there was one to an institution where in their legal studies program, our students get 50% advanced credits. And I know we've had students in the past after college go on to take a university degree, some with the thought of going on to law school, but others with respect to other career options. So our diploma, like I said, can lead to many different options upon graduation. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over now to Cindy Aguinaldo, who is the coordinator of the Office Administration Programs. And we'll be back online after if you have any specific questions for the Law Clerk program.
Thank you very much, Nancy. I want to say welcome. It's great to see the number of participants joining us today. The Office Administration Program offers 3 streams for you to take. We have a Office General program, which is a 1-year certificate. The OA Executive and OA Health Services is a 2-year diploma. Executives have a co-op, and the health services has an internship. Here's a little breakdown for you just to demonstrate the 3 streams, the general exec health services. All 3 streams have a common first year, which is great. They all learn the same thing. So when an exec or a general student completes their 2 terms, they can exit out of the program and go out and search for work. Or many times our office general students will transfer into the second year into the office exec program in health services. Delivery is full-time. Due to the pandemic, we've been online. Come January, we are bringing everyone back to campus. The general program has 2 intakes, a fall intake, which is a term 1 and 2 is from September to June, or a winter intake, which is from January to August. The exec program and the health services have an intake in September. So are you process-oriented, interested in a career where you can maintain a high administrative standards within an organization? The Office Admin General program is for you. Or have you been working as an office administration professional and needed some upgrading of courses? You may want to take the General Certificate program. The Office Administration General Certificate program, students will graduate with an entry-level skills needed to be administrative assistants. They gain experience with hands-on projects, simulation, a work environment. And students, again, as I had kind of stated before, is that many times after they complete the 1 year, they will now specialize and ask to transition into the second year of either executive or the healthcare field. The requirements or admission requirements are obviously a grade 12, English grade 12, or an equivalent. We do recommend that you have your math, grade 11 math. And if you are entering the health services program, we would ask that you have biology, a little bit of anatomy background. Applications are open with the Ontario College. The Office Admin General program have program outcomes. As every course or every program within colleges and university, it's mandated by the Ministry of College and Universities. These are what they're stating the essential learning for students to achieve to graduate. With the common first year, our students learn technical skills, Microsoft Office, banking. We touch quite a bit on soft skills, customer service, professional ethics, interacting with others, working in a team setting, communication skills, administrative procedures, records management, keyboarding. We will learn to edit, revise documents so that they are in excellent condition to be presented to your manager. The pathways, again, within any college courses, we offer the capability of equivalence where we can transfer credits from within the college, or if you attended another college and decide to transfer into Niagara and vice versa, there's the articulation agreement between universities and colleges. The students will also enter the workforce right after graduation. Many of our students, as I said, in the certificate program will go into the second year. So another one I'm going to cover is the next program that we offer is the Executive Co-op program. So think about, do you thrive in a fast-paced environment, have communication skills and attention to detail, would make a good asset to any organization? So if that's for you, then this could be the course that you should be, the program you should be registering for. So within our program, again, we meet regularly for all our programs with the Program Advisory Committee. And they actually share their knowledge, bring up to date any current requirements that are in the industry, and we will bring it back to the classroom. We provide comprehensive training in Microsoft applications. So our students are ready. They are market ready to be executives. There is a co-op component where students will gain the real world experience. Our co-op are paid. They do 2 work terms in term 3 and term 5, and they can challenge a certified administrative professional credentials at the end. Next, through the International Association of Administrative Professionals. So our program outcomes, again, they are set by the ministry, college, and universities, right? Again, this is what we want. When our students graduate, we can stand by this and say that they have met all these requirements. All the skills that they learned in the first year, because of our common term 1 and 2, they now can apply this to a higher level with advanced, such as advanced document development, advanced Excel. They'll get into web page design, project management, bookkeeping, leadership, they're going to gain their hands-on experience in a co-op setting. And I would suggest to check our website, the Niagara College website. Will have our courses and description listed on there to show you what our executive students will be studying during their course here. Another one the other program I want to highlight is the Office Administration Health Services. So think about it. Do you have an interest in healthcare and want to be part of a fast-growing area of medical office administration? Perhaps this is the one that you want to take. Our Office Admin Health Services as well has the Program Advisory Committee. We connect with them. We find out what is the latest and greatest tools that are being used in healthcare. The program is developed with theory, applied skills using a clinical management software system. We want to simulate a patient flow in a medical office or in a hospital environment. Students participate in a placement, an internship. They go out in term 3 and term 4, and they practice. They get a practical hands-on of what is learned in the classroom and apply it within their fields. And especially in the classroom as well, utilizing that simulation clinical management system. They are taught scheduling, they are taught patient registration, the EMR scanning, and OHIP billing, transcription. They learn to transcribe medical reports, medical terminology. So the program outcomes, again, our graduates, we stand by this, is what we want them to have when they're ready to be out and working. So again, the second year built that foundation. We've learned term 1 and 2 was similar to the other 2 programs. And now our students are able to specialize in the health service field. They take medical terminology as some of our courses, health service administration skills, clinical management software they use is the Acura, which is used in medical offices within the Niagara region. They facilitate registration, scheduling, EMR, medical billing. They also learn the soft skills, being professional ethics, clinical ethics is reviewed, confidentiality is embedded in every course that they take, a cultural awareness and sensitivity for clients and patients as well, transcribing medical reports, to list a few. Again, they gain valuable work experience with their field placement, working either in a hospital environment or allied health or a medical office. Careers, this is what we all want to know. Where am I going to work at the end of this? So once you graduate as an office admin general student, some of your titles could be administrative assistant, customer service representative, front desk coordinator, office assistant, a receptionist. So generals can work in a variety of administrative roles. As an executive, OA, administrative assistant, office manager, coordinator, customer service rep, project management assistant, and bookkeeping. So you can get jobs in a variety of executive leadership roles, such as corporate, government, small business, not-for-profit, finance, education. And as an office exec, you will have those responsibilities to work with your directors and executive. Again, we'll teach you coordinating meetings, publishing correspondence, being able to plan events, conferences, scheduling travel, making travel arrangements, transcribing minutes, customer service, and strong communications is highlighted throughout this course, our program actually. The health services, their area of expertise, medical office assistant, medical office coordinator, admitting, registration, health record clerk, award clerk, transcription, billing clerk. You're going to hear all these titles for jobs. We'll work in a variety of healthcare and community hospitals, doctor's offices, hospice, medical laboratories, veterinary clinic, insurance office, health and wellness centers. And we teach our students that when we have a component where we teach you resumes, how to create resumes, how to do cover letters, and research for jobs and highlight what are some of the requirements. We always tell our students, don't just look at the title of the job. Read what are the requirements, and you will learn this through your program. Here's some testimonials from our students. Kendall, she graduated from the health service program, and she was one of the students that was with the pandemic. So the first term 1 and 2, she was in class, and then we all were, had to learn a new way of doing business, and they learned. And she remembers that when she first came to the college, she shifted to online, everything felt hard. But she realized that we were in it together, management, teachers, and students, because their success is our success. Ashley graduated from the general program at Manor College. Customer service and office skills. You need that in today's environment, is those soft skills. I feel Niagara College and its staff have prepared me for my job, has given me the knowledge and the confidence. Here you go, the confidence. It is so important to be able to take what you've learned and apply it in the working environment. And many times we tell our students is we may teach you a different software, a different way of doing something, but you've gained the confidence to do it and to learn something and apply what you've learned and transfer those skills. Our exec students, right? Again, Meredith, I'm so glad that I chose to enroll in the office admin exec co-op program. Knowledge, skills went above and beyond, right? The co-op portion gave me hands-on experience, allowed me to work in a different office environment. She's saying this is helpful because it gave me a better idea of what path I should take in my careers. Once you graduate, you're going to be a lifelong learner. So you will take this and you build your toolbox and you carry it with you in whatever field and achievements and goals that you make. And with our working environment today, you will be changing jobs and you will be upgrading yourself. So she was hired as an exec assistant with a local municipality. And if you choose to work hard and set goals, this program will take you exactly where you want to go. It's so true, right? You've got to desire it. You've got to want it, and you can do it. The next couple of slides I want to share with you is our student experience. The big hospital within the Niagara region is called the Niagara Health System, and it comprises of about 6 hospitals that amalgamated. What we do is in term 4, we do a site visit to the Niagara Health System. At the Niagara Health System, their learning management system, or their clinical management system is Meditech. We arrange a workshop for our students to go on site to their training room to have hands-on experience learning about Meditech, registration, the health record module, scheduling module, order entry, physicians, so what the ward clerks. And the session is actually conducted by the workers, the employees of Niagara College. So they set aside someone from registration, some from scheduling, switchboard, IT, privacy will come in and provide some information to our students. And it is such a great, the students just love going. So we're hoping again, due to the pandemic, last year we were unable to go, but we're in the works of planning it for this year for our students. Here's a sample of our students' work. So what better way to bring out the best in each other than to share our skills, our knowledge. Our students go out to internship. And when they come back, we ask them to prepare a presentation to each other. So it would be similar to if you worked at in any organization, they do lunch and learn sessions. And during that lunch and learn, they may teach you something new. Our students now come back to the classroom and they take a little component of a job task that they've learned and they teach that moment. It's a teachable moment back to our students. So they get a variety of things such as infection control, communicating, telephone skills. And that's one of the biggest parts of your job is answering that telephone, is building that confidence. Do you have that confidence to answer that phone? To say some of the examples, right? At the Office Admin program has what they call OA at NC. That's our student association. It is by our students within the office administration programs. They elect a president, a treasurer, and volunteers that help out, and they organize sessions and different things for our students. They, virtual coffee hour, game night. They scheduled a game night, a student mixer during the day, a lunch, anything that they did, an end of year bowling celebration. So their mission is to provide our members with professional network opportunities, the latest development in the fields of administration, and create learning resources to enhance their goals. Now, here's another example of networking and working with our employers. Once a year, we host at the Wine Visitor Center at the college. We host the Employers Appreciation Event. This is a great opportunity for our students to network with the employers. The employers come, they meet with our students. Our students will wear their name tags so that the employer is familiar with the student name. Students create business cards. They connect. They hand their business cards to the employers. And when it comes time at graduation to apply for positions, those employers will have had the student card and say, oh yes, I remember, I can put a face to this resume. It's a great opportunity to mingle, even amongst themselves. It's a celebration for everybody. Celebration for the employers, celebration for our students to say, great job. Well, this is the end goal here. It's graduation. And we do graduation at the Welland campus. And it's a big buzz day, great day opportunity. Students, again, because they're in cohort, they've worked with each other. They, did all sorts of things from the beginning to the end. They become friends, right? And these friends will last a lifetime, some of them. So graduation day is exciting. It's exciting for our students, and it's superly exciting for us, the professors. We love that day, just to see the gleaming faces, get to meet parents that are, so proud of their children going to school and graduating, families. And, some of our students have small children, and they attend the session as well. And to watch the face just gleaming as their, mother or father walks up, it is great. It's a great feeling. That's something you have to look for, right? So I know that Nancy covered this about our technology requirements, and I just wanted to sort of bring this out as well. It's an important point to highlight. If you are thinking of purchasing a new computer, Christmas is coming, holidays are coming, or, there might be a sale going on, we recommend a window-based PC versus a Mac. Our resources in the program uses Microsoft Office suites, such as Word, Excel, Outlook, PowerPoint, Publisher. We may use we use clinical management software. Our learning management system is what they call Blackboard. Bookkeeping uses Sage 50. And some of those may not be compatible, especially the Microsoft Office suites with the Mac computers. As Nancy mentioned, we do have a workaround it for you. But I'm just saying, just in case you're thinking about buying a new one, you may want to consider this. The requirements are listed, what the minimum are and what, the storage space you need. We do recommend that you have a video camera, a microphone, or speakers with it, internet, reliable internet. And the other thing I wanted to say is that we do have dedicated computer labs for our students. The labs do have computers that you can go in and use. We have a library too with computers. Again, the resources are there. Our academic software for your courses, we support the Microsoft Windows 10 operating system. And we do make available the Microsoft download for remote use. So now this takes us to close to the end. Again, you'll see that Nancy's email address is listed there for the Law Clerk Co-op program. And you see my name, Cindy Agnoletto, for the Office Administration program. Email us. You have a question, send it to us. We are here to help you. I will pass this on to Jessica. Thank you very much for attending today and look forward to meeting some of you on campus.
This is great.
too.
Thank you. Going back to my
Jessica, I saw there was a question there for Maria.
Yes, she also answered it beautifully, which we can address that as well. We have several questions here for Stephanie had asked, I already have a bachelor's degree. Can I apply to the Office Administrative Executive Co-op program?
Absolutely. Absolutely apply. You will, you may even FLAR some of the courses if they're, equivalent to some that are on our website, like our program. But we do have students with a bachelor degree that have taken the Administrative Executive Co-op program. So yes, go ahead.
Beautiful. I also have, how is the common class schedule in the Office Administrative Executive program? I'm thinking
How is
maybe
common class schedule? Are you meaning the classes themselves, or how are the courses laid out? The common class, so term 1 and term 2 is exactly the same. I wonder if we can bring up the any of the office admin the website, and I can show you how the course, the layout is. and 2 is all the same courses where you get your bookkeeping course, your, if you just lay it out, you'll see in a sec. Sorry, I'm hoping I'm answering your question correctly, but what they mean by common first year is that if you apply to the general program, if you apply to the exec program or health services, you will be in your cohort. So the general students will have their bookkeeping class. We have office environment, customer service, spreadsheet, document development, business writing, math. In term 1, all 3 have the same courses. What we do is place you with all the general students, all the execs, all the health services, and not even saying that. Sometimes we mingle the couple of classes together. So that's what I mean by being similar. The delivery of these courses, we are planning to go back on campus. So they're either delivered in a 3-hour segment, like 3 hours, or it could be a 2 and a 1 where 2 hours in class and 1 hour is hybrid going forward, right? And that's the delivery mode. And in January, we will have a new intake of general students. And those courses, again, like I said, they'll either have a 3-hour scheduled class, or they'll have a 2-hour in class and a 1-hour hybrid. I don't believe there's going to be any online for term 1, but the term 4 students this year coming up in 2022, because they are accustomed being online, some of the courses will be still online for those students. Hopefully I've answered your question, but please let me know if I did not. Thank you.
So there is, with the health services, there are 2 different field placements. Is it possible to do one at a hospital and one at a doctor's office?
Absolutely, Marcia, you can. You will work with our internship officer who sets you up in term 3. And you can ask to be placed in a hospital setting. And then in term 4, asked to be placed in a physician's office. The norm is, what I'm finding with our students is that once they start their placement in the fall, they want to stay where they are because there's potential of a job. A lot of those employers, what they're doing is they they start their placement and they teach them. So right through, they go out on a Tuesday from October till December in term 3, and then they go out in January till April on a Tuesday, so 1 day a week internship, and they're building their skills. A lot of them end up with jobs at the end, but yeah, it's available for you. You work it out with the internship officer and you decide, because many times, interesting enough, all our students that come in want to be in the hospital because it's a union environment, higher pay. Then they realize that maybe hospital is just not for me. I rather work in a physician, a family health team. I feel, whatever the needs are. I can't do weekends. I can't do, if you have family, you may want to work in a setting that offers, a service Monday to Friday and not work on midnight shift or weekend. Again, it's the oysters out there. It's all for you to take, right? Go ahead, next question.
The ever exciting question, are the co-op terms paid?
Yeah. Right, Nancy?
Oh, yes, definitely. I can also add, because it leads to the next question about placement. Even in the pandemic, we've had 100% co-op placement. And I have to tell you, in the legal field, actually, the pandemic has even increased the need for law clerks, because there's been initiatives that have been put in place with online registrations and other online initiatives. So I can tell you, I get lawyers calling me every week that I have to unfortunately tell them we have no students. And I mean, that's a great position to be in, because I've even discussed this with lawyers, and they even said that, of course, the salaries have had to increase because of the competition to acquire clerks or even retain clerks. So this is a great time to be in the legal field. So in fact, like I said, pandemic has been a plus, I think, for our field. And I guess Cindy can speak to the Office admin field.
Yeah, even ours, we get employers contacting us for, they have a great opportunity. Do you have any graduates out there? And I have to say this year, all our graduates have been placed, they have employment. So it's, you know what, it's great. And some of them are actually taking our students through co-op and mentoring them and preparing them once they graduate to have a position. So yeah,
I can add the same thing for the law clerk program. Most of our students who get co-op positions, in fact, work with the co-op employer in their last academic term because they've been hired on. And I believe Maria is in that position. Am I correct to assume that, Maria, that you're in that position?
You are correct. I actually had been offered the position to stay permanently at the job with my employer. They are very happy with my performance. And like I say, like our college does set you out for success. We have the skills that are needed, and they have offer a job position. And like you say, the pandemic has made like this more demanding, like employment. I had been asked for many of the lawyers in my law office, do you know anybody else that needs a co-op placement? I'm like, unfortunately, I think it's too late at this time of the year, but yeah, the need for law clerks is big, and I feel like it's going up because it's lots of work and lots of these new resources that we were learning through the online pandemic, where like it has come to be like a very useful skill to know how to work with the technologies, with the online like web-based programs. So yes,
I can also, sorry, I can also add for students, co-op, if your program has a co-op component to it, the college does have a co-op department. So we do have Niagara College staff or personnel who go out and seek employment opportunities and, try to set up these opportunities for students. Of course, students can work outside of the Niagara area, and often they may have better connections for those locations, but certainly we have staff who are very dedicated, network continuously with the industry to find our placements. So like I said, this year, we, and obviously both our programs, we can't keep up with demand. There's just so many jobs that we can't provide enough students, which is a great position to be in as a student.
And our co-op office, as well as the internship facilitator, they work with our students to do the cover letters, resume, so that you're prepared to send a professional document when you're applying. They post positions, employers link in with the co-op office, they liaison for you. They're there. You're not just there, stuck on your own. They're there to help you achieve that goal, right?
And I see there's another question to Maria. So Maria, when did you start looking for your co-op position? And I believe you were working at your co-op with your co-op employer even before the co-op term started. I think you were working with them in the winter term during your academic terms, if I'm correct. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. So I will encourage everybody to start like looking, even as soon as you're enrolled in the program, start creating that network. If you know the people around, and I start applying as soon as January when the positions were open on my career. I was one of the first one getting everything ready, and I just didn't want to be last minute looking for things. But I think that's personally the way I am wired. But I will encourage to do it so as early as you can, secure your placement. And if you have the opportunity to work beforehand, it's great. The experience is great because I was in class and I was working, I could relate, and it was easier for me to grasp the knowledge that they were explaining in class. I started working as soon as March, so in my spring term, and I've been working since then, and hopefully I'll be staying there too. And I know for one of the students that is working on the same law office, she's been offered the same to stay if she can stay and work part-time in the winter term, or to come back when she's graduating. So I'm very happy with that. Like I say, you can handle both things if you really want to do it. And I would actually encourage it because you learn so much in the actual field.
So if I could add to that, like Cindy mentioned, so our co-op department runs workshops, and from our program, the law clerk program, the workshop sessions are in the first term. So that's the term, I believe, where they teach you, resume building skills. They give you one-on-one sessions to prepare you for interviewing, interviews, etc. So I would suggest that you start like Maria did in the winter term. So right after the completion of the first term. And that's when we start posting jobs. So I don't think we'll even start posting jobs until the winter term. So I think that gives you ample term, because in the law clerk program, you have a winter term, and then you have a spring summer term, and then you don't go to co-op till the fall term. So you have 2 academic terms to find your placement before it's actually needed. But I also see a question about class sizes. So I'll speak to the law clerk program first, Cindy. So our intake is about 55 to 60. So we typically have a waiting list. So I'm suggesting to those who are interested, if you meet the admission requirements, it's a first come, first served basis. So we always seem to fill our classes. So because we're cohort based, save and except for maybe the computer courses and maybe the writing courses, you stay together as a class in its entirety. So like I said, your classes are about 55-ish, in second term, they might drop down a bit, and in third term, last term, like you might be in the 30s, 40s, but the first term, the intake term, is about 55 to 60, and you stay together in most classes as that group. Go ahead, Cindy.
With the office admin, we have 3 streams, and we utilize the labs. The labs have seating for about maximum of 30 students. Basically, our class size is between 25 to 30 students in each section. Normally what happens is our general students, we usually have 1 section of generals, about 30 students apply in term 1. Health services, we normally have 2 sections, about 50, 55 students, and that's divided in half. So we would only have a class of 25 in 1 section and 25 in another section. And in exact, it's 1 section. It is a popular program. We end up with waiting lists, which is true, as Nancy said. And so if you want to get your application in, I would do it sooner than later so that you can get your position in there and be able to start. Again, we do have a general intake in January if you're interested. And that's what happens. Sometimes students, they couldn't get into the fall program. So they'll start in general in January, and then come the springtime, they will then now ask to transfer into an executive or health service. These are great questions. Thank you, everyone.
If I could just add, since the pandemic and going online, we have broken up our 60 into 2 groups of 30. So I suspect that we may continue that in the upcoming new intake year. So our first terms might be down to 30, like the office admin program. But in the past, we taught them as a group, but I think we're learning in the pandemic that it may work better in smaller groups. So that's yet to be determined.
Great.
Cindy, there was a question.
Yeah. Are there administrative employment opportunities at the college that would accommodate class time? It's, the scheduled classes are scheduled, and our administrative opportunities, our students are doing co-op. They've gotten co-op positions at the college. in order to be hired as an administrative assistant at the college, you need that diploma. And that's the same with the hospital. They want a diploma in either general or exec. At the hospital, they want a health service diploma. So, you know, accommodation of classes, I don't think we would accommodate a particular student, but you would attend the classes that you can do, right? So that's the same with some students that are working today, right? Yeah, hopefully that answered your question, Marcia. Go ahead and ask more if you need to.
You guys have been great. This has been a lot of questions. We have run over a little on time. I don't know if we're gonna have more questions come in if you're willing to answer more, but it's,
I
we've
didn't
had a
know how
lot
to
of
answer that
questions.
last question, Jess.
But
That's
certainly
okay.
don't forget our email addresses if you think of any questions afterwards. And if you think of any for Maria, I can certainly forward them on to her as well.
Yeah, good.
Yes, of course. And I believe there was one question about an international student. I just wanted to add, I am an international student of some sort. I'm a new immigrant with credentials from a different country. And I just wanted to say to that person, reach out. They will tell you exactly what you need. That's the way I did it. I sent an email and I was like, I'm really interested in this program. What do I need? This is my background. And I was concerned about the English, I was concerned about the credentials, I was concerned about the time, and they give me all the options that I needed, and it worked out for me. And I just want to say, reach out to the personnel, the staff. They're gonna answer your questions, and they'll give you the tools and the options that you need, and they'll set you up for success. I just want to say thank you before the session is over for the invitation and for the consideration. And if anybody has any question, you can reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer questions.
Well, we appreciate your time, Maria. I know you have a busy life with work and family and now school upcoming. So I appreciate you. I know you're always willing to help out. And I find that is a part of our close-knit classroom, that we're all interested in the program. We're all ambassadors of the program. And at our annual wine and cheese events, we always get our graduates or our alumni returning to those events because they're always willing to assist. And in most cases, it's our alumni who reach out to us to look for students for positions at their firm. So we appreciate it. Thank you, Maria.
And that is so true, Nancy. You hit that right on. Our alumni are the best voices out there for our students. They come back to us and say, hey, there's a position coming up. Get those students to send in those resumes, right?
Exactly.
Great opportunity. Thank you again.
Well, thank you. And we hope to see some of you in the fall.
Thank you again.
Yes.
Bye-bye
Thank you
now.
for the group. Thank you. Have a great one, okay?
Yes. Bye-bye now.